I think the Muhammad Hassan character, very short-lived, but I mean, you packed a lot into that time, sir. And you debut against Mick Foley. I mean, that's a pretty pretty good person to kind of cut a promo on to start things off. Um, how did that feel for you? Kind of, you're about to, you know, debut this brand new character against like one of the all-time legends of the business.
Well, I have always been fortunate enough that I've worked with talent beyond my skill level. It is very rare that I was ever paired up with somebody who I would have had more experience or more skill than. So I've been very fortunate to work with some of the best in the entire business. Mick Foley obviously being one of them. And that was another promo that I feel like was relatively unscripted. You really can't script a promo with somebody like a Mick Foley or John Cena because they're not out there to read a card or read lines. They're out there to play on the emotions of the crowd, play on the emotions they feel in the moment, and to really improv a promo that is going to generate crowd reaction as well as be entertaining to watch on television. So being out there with Mick is my first experience and kind of holding my own. It was a crash course in how to draw upon the emotions of the crowd as well as your opponent, and as well as to be articulate enough to really not only counter but emphasize your truth in that moment. And that's what I loved about that promo is even though I may have been speaking the truth, so was Mick. And it was a matter of both of us believing what we were saying to a point where it generated a lot of raw emotion from not only us, but the crowd, and I'm assuming the audience watching at home. So I've been very fortunate to work with some of the best promo guys to ever be in the business, Mick being one of them. But it was a huge, huge moment for me. And I still have the ticket my father bought me as a Christmas present, and then my sister's boyfriend at the time had framed. And it's something that I keep in my office because I'm proud of it. That was my first live appearance on WWE TV. It was against somebody who I respect and I've always looked up to. I read Mick Foley's book when I was trained to be a wrestler. It was one of the most entertaining things I've ever. It sounds bad for an educator to say that I have a hard time sitting down and reading a book, but it's really because of how busy I've been. But Mick's book, I remember at the time, I sat down when I was 22 years old and read the whole thing. So it was a really, really fun experience, and it really kind of set the stage for what was to come with Muhammad Hassan, and it really did elevate him from a new person to really almost a main event guy, just that one promo. So I am forever thankful for that opportunity.